He's going to take away your rights. He's going to take away your civil rights. He's going to take away women's rights. He's going to take away your right to Medicaid, all this other good stuff. Yeah. He's a threat to democracy is what they say, right? This is from all the left-wing propagandists. Now, y'all know what happened at the speech that Donald Trump was giving to Congress with Al Green when he got kicked out and then went on to blame it on racism, right? Yeah. Al Green was apparently disrupting Donald Trump's speech to talk about how Donald Trump was going to be taking away Medicaid and Medicare and all this other stuff. Let's hear Donald Trump's response to all that real quick.
We're going to have growth like you've never seen before.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you said that.
We're going to have growth. I'm not going to touch Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Now, we're going to get fraud out of there. You know, you see where I talk about it all the time. We have people 250 years old and all, you know, tremendous fraud. But that has nothing to do with that. We're going to get the fraud out, and everybody wants us to get the fraud out, and therefore you'll make it better. But we're going to have tremendous growth. When you look at all of the car companies that are now coming into the United States, and they've been announcing, like on a daily basis, they're going to build their plants, and they're going to create tremendous numbers of jobs, and so many other things. And I'm doing something else that I think is very exciting. Maybe I'm wrong. A gold card. For $5 million, you buy a path to citizenship in this country. We'll see. I believe that Apple and all these companies that can't get people to come out of college and come because they get thrown out. Think of it. You graduate #1 at the Wharton School of Finance or Harvard or Stanford, and you get thrown out of the country. You can't stay more than 1 day. And they want to hire these people, but they can't. They've complained to me about it. Now they can buy a gold card, and they can take that gold card and make it a part of their deal to get these top students. No different than an athlete, like a bonus. It's a signing bonus. And you're going to have a lot of people buy that. You're going to have a lot of companies buying gold cards. So for $5 million, now, it's a lot of money when you add it up if we sell a lot of them.
Yeah.
If we don't, it's nothing ventured, nothing lost. But I think it's going to be very successful. You can't get a green card. A green card, this would be a green card on steroids. This would be much better than a green card.
The idea of a gold card. I have to ponder this a little more myself. But is he basically, I'm asking right now, is he basically saying that the gold, you can buy the gold card for $5 million and that will give you the citizenship? Or is that only on the basis of you going to one of the top-notch schools on a visa, or going to a college and no matter top-notch on a visa, and then qualify for that gold card after the fact? Somebody please help me understand that. Outside of that, though, his initial response to, I'm not here to take away Medicare or Medicaid, but I am here to stop the corruption. And that's where things get interesting for the Democrats, because it's like, who could be against that? And if you are rallying against that, then that means you obviously have something. Skeletons in the closet. Now, the response to this video was, thank you so much, President Trump. Here's what is really happening. Elon Musk isn't stealing Social Security. That's a fear tactic. Government waste is out of control. The U.S. national debt is over $34 trillion, and cutting waste helps everyone. So why are certain people so angry about financial transparency? Obviously, they don't want to be transparent.
Ready to defend our teachers, our students, and public education? Are you ready to stand up for women everywhere when they need access?
What? Stand up for women everywhere? First of all, stand up for. Let's leave that sentence. When are y'all willing to stand up for anything? All right, I'll play it again. My fault.
Ready to defend our teachers, our students, and public education? Are you ready to stand up for women everywhere when they need access to abortion care?
Don't fire public school teachers. Fire who?
Culture of corruption. Lizzo and Austin accused DOGE, Elon Musk, and Trump of stealing from Americans. Accuse your enemies of what you are doing, is what she adds. This is from is it Tosca? Austin. Yep, Tosca Austin. Oldest trick in the book. The screech is high, but Lizzie never denies Dems taxpayer theft. She had a point. She got a point there. Oh, man, but this is just a reiteration of that. I'm sorry. Ended up hitting the wrong clip right there now. AOC has been using federal taxpayer funds for personal expenses. Oh, including $850 for dance lessons. I'm not supposed to. How is that funny? I don't know why that's funny. I mean, you know, I think boxing lessons, some people might think that's funny, right? I don't know. But AOC dancing, I ain't gonna lie, yeah, you know, y'all gonna have to go ahead and get some more rhythm up over there. $3,700 for training from Juan D. Gonzalez, and $3,300 for food at a Mexican restaurant. At least she purchased Grammarly back in September. That money was well spent. So I know people are like, why y'all conservatives going all into their personal expenses, things of that nature? Hey, these personal expenses are at the hands of the taxpayer of us. They gotta at least be reasonable. That's all we saying. Let it be reasonable, man. I don't know who Juan D. Gonzalez is, by the way. Shout out to Patriot Mom 717. She's also been on. I've posted her on the channel once before, but I gotta make sure I shout her out. I want you guys to go support her. Queen Truth 7 on TikTok. Let's check out what she has to say.
This is what the media is not going to tell you. So DOGE got every federal employee upset with them right now. DOGE found out that federal employees get these credit cards for their lunch expenses. They just been eating lunch, probably dinner, and a whole lot of other things. Trump said this is a waste of government money, a waste of the American taxpayer dime. So he took the credit cards. So what they did was go find a judge who basically mandated that Trump return those credit cards back to the rightful owners. Trump said, hey, I'm the president. I am a man that respect the law. He gave them back the credit cards. But what they didn't know, he only put a $1 credit limit on those credit cards. And that's checkmate. That's how you get them. The president is not only strategic, but he got a bit of comedian in him too. They are not only upset, but they are very hungry too. That's on you. You have to pay for your lunch just like the rest of us. There's no way I should be paying for federal employees' lunch. Not on my dime and not on President Trump's watch.
Seriously, man. Now, if you're a business owner, right, I can see you having to file your lunch expenses and things of that nature as a business expense. Obviously, you got to feed yourself you got to make sure you're fed in order for you to be able to operate your business, whoop, and get all the legalities of that. You're just holding public office. Well, you're holding a public seat, I'm saying. Well, I got to pay for your lunch too, on top of paying your salary. So on top of you taxing me for everything to just pay your salary, when you get paid, you're going to keep your money that you got made off of us paying for us to eat. And then on top of that, you're going to charge us for you to eat. Just saying, man. I'm just mad I missed out at this point. Like, when I was a Democrat, I wouldn't get none of that. I was Here's Al Green. Still going on with the grifting. Still going on with the lying. At Starship adds, this guy's such a liar. There's no plans to cut Medicare, Medicaid, or Social Security. In fact, DOGE is going to save Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security.
So what were you shouting to the president?
The president said he had a mandate. And I was making it clear to the president that he has no mandate to cut Medicaid. I have people who are very fearful. These are poor people, and they have only Medicaid in their lives when it comes to their health care. And I want him to know that his budget calls for deep cuts in Medicaid. He needs to save Medicaid, protect it, We need to raise the cap on Social Security. There's a possibility that it's going to be hurt. And we've got to protect Medicare. These are the safety net programs that people in my congressional district depend on. And this president seems to care less about them and more about the number of people that he can remove from the various programs that have been.
I see that. Go ahead, son. He's trying to make it seem like Donald Trump isn't doing this to take care of the American people. Obviously, some Americans will be affected in the process of trying to correct the balance. But, bro, he making it seem like he Thanos or something.
So helpful to so many people. It is the best way to get it across to a person who uses his incivility against our civility. He is a person who has consistently been used incivility against civility.
What in the Kamala Harris did you just say?
Well, look, I'm willing to suffer whatever punishment is available to me. I didn't say to anyone, don't punish me. I've said I'll accept the punishment, but it's worth it to let people know that there are some of us who are going to stand up against this president's desire to cut Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security.
This guy right now. I'll admit, I'm ignorant to a lot of his history. So with that context added, watching this, it just seemed like he trying to get one of those pictures in the black community in the barbershop, you know, next to the Obamas or the John Lewises and stuff like that, right? Just trying to, oh man, I fought for our rights. This is what I did. I got arrested to protect us.
Saying you have no mandate, is that what you told them?
That's what
You didn't
he has
have
no
to.
mandate to cut Medicaid. None.
Is the only punishment that you were kicked out, sir? Is there something?
I don't know. Whatever the punishment is, I'm not fighting the punishment. This is about the people who are being punished by virtue of losing their health care. This is the richest country in the world, and we have people who don't have good health care. We've got to do better. And now we're about to cut Medicaid, which is for poor people. Health care has become wealth care for many people, and we can't afford to let that happen.
Is that the only thing that you're protesting?
No, I have other things I'm protesting. And I'm also working on my articles of impeachment. This president is unfit. He should not hold the office. 34 felony convictions, 2 times impeached.
Sir, tell me one more time what you were shouting in the chamber.
That he has no mandate to cut Medicaid.
That's what you were saying over and
Yes.
over. Thank you, sir.
Yes, no mandate. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Just read the first comment, y'all. What did he just say? I got my youngest son here. What did he just say, son? Right. He looked at me like, obviously he couldn't hear him though. But what did he just say? Bro sounded just like Kamala Harris with the word salad. You know, his civility is messing with the civilians. What? I can't even remember exactly what he said. Somebody said he doesn't even know what time it is. Starship responded. This guy's a liar and an idiot. Obviously, you just heard Donald Trump himself say that he's not going to get ready to do none of that. You trying to make your debut or something? You ain't even got no shirt on. Just stick your head in the camera. Say what's up. You got to come look. Come look.
Hello.
And no, I'm not choking him. But yes, let's move on real quick. His name is Jaden, by the way, y'all. Up to my tinker dog. That my tinker man. Oh, my fault. You know, I'm not supposed to say that.
Yeah.
My fault, son. My fault. What am I supposed to say again? My big man? Yeah, Tinker dog. No, it's Tinker dog. It's Tinker man in public. Yeah, Tinker man. My fault, y'all. And back to this. USAID administrator was making $100K annually, right? Yet her net worth is over $30 million. Samantha Power got fired.
Guys, let me introduce you to Samantha Power. Samantha Power here is a top administrator that is now fired from her position. Okay, Samantha Powell is a far leaning left individual. Okay, we did a little digging. Samantha Power was sworn in as an administrator at USAID on May 8th, 2021. Samantha Power's financial disclosure filed in January 21 shows her assets estimated at $6.7 million to $16.5 million today. In 2024, her net worth is estimated up to $30 million. How does a government job multiply wealth like that? Her salary at USAID was only $180,000 annually, and she's on national TV complaining about the good work she has done. What work is that? Laundering our money?
I think Shorty needs to also go cut her sink off or hit her toilet handle. I couldn't tell which water sound it was, but it was one of them. Yes. How are all these people getting in, these positions and in government and quadrupling their income? 180K to 1 million is a big leap, but to 9 mil? I ain't the corrupt type. I'm just saying, I just wasted my time on the Democrat side. I wasted my time trying to be all positive and all that. They was over there negative benefiting. No, I'm just playing. I'm happy that I didn't have my hands in none of that corruption. I guess the joke that I'm trying to make here is, hey, might as well, if you're going to be a Democrat, you might as well get paid for it. They got paid millions just to be a Democrat and be corrupted. Man, you never really understand people's motives. Now, this huge Ukraine flag was put out in front of the White House. Eric added, I wonder which left-wing nonprofit connected to USAID paid for it.
It's also touching the ground.
Help Ukraine defend itself.
I wonder if they know that they can sign up. That's a big flag. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Do not betray Ukraine. Do not betray Ukraine. Do not betray Ukraine. No appeasement of Russia. No appeasement of Russia.
I'm done with this. Done with this, okay? You guys, man. This video was completely unrelated to this topic. Shall I add? Completely unrelated. As a non-professional professional, I'm gonna try to figure out how to make it make sense, because this was supposed to go to another video. I'll just say this. I wish the Democrats can get together like this on issues within a party themselves, as opposed to trying to fix the issues in other countries. We can't even fix the issues within our own justice system. Oh, I like the way I just tied this in here and I didn't even know this video. This video wasn't supposed to go right here because I was, being irresponsible and not vetting this whole thing. Anywho, but yes, y'all rallying for all these other causes except for anything that is in the American interest. And what's in the American interest is to remove all of this interest on our tax money from all this waste being given to, all the government waste and all of our taxpayer funds being given to all of these non-deserving government people in these government positions.
Look, the Democrats say that Elon Musk and DOGE are overstepping their bounds. You're right. What Elon Musk and DOGE has been able to uncover is unbelievable. Half of us did not even realize.
And stop there.
It's
because look, stop there. You just said what he's done is unbelievable. Now, you could then add some, but what about he's found hundreds of billions of dollars worth of fake contracts, and I read them, just a tiny portion of them, the other night. Transgender surgery on mice, hundreds of, the money they're spending on all of this stuff. The whole thing's a scam. And you'll find ultimately that the money that they sent comes back to a lot of the people that made those deals, okay? You're going to find that. What he's also done is made people realize how many people should be cut. Because normally you go in and you say, all right, cut 4% of your workforce. He said cut 50%, 60%, 70%. That's a big thing. No, he's done a great job. And he's paying a price for it. You know, I mean,
he said he
didn't
had
need
death
this.
threats.
He's paying a price for it, I guess. I don't know. He actually is a real patriot. This is something that's really not good for him, and yet he's doing it. But he's opened a lot of eyes.
Yes. I continue to attack Elon Musk and tell him that he is this guy who's impeding on all of us and somehow is trying to steal from us and steal our identities and all this other frivolous nonsense that they try to spew. When in fact, this guy's champion. He's become a champion on trying to save free speech and maintain balance with that. And also just trying to remove all of this corruption within the government and also using his platforms to expose it. But of course, because he rocks with Trump. Y'all know how this go. Oh, do I really got to play this? I do. So Valerie Costa, the far left, is a far left activist behind the so-called Tesla takedown, fueling a spree of vandalism nationwide, proudly admitting her campaign draws inspiration from Luigi Mangione. She labels Elon Musk's DOGE initiative as criminal, even though Trump won both popular vote and presidency, specifically while championing Musk and DOGE's vision to balance the budget. Clearly, Costa has no genuine respect for democracy, elections, or people's choice. Hey, son, you got to turn that down. Let's check this out.
Val, maybe we could start off with a little bit of, can you just actually tell us what Tesla takedown is? Or
yeah.
It's not takedown Tesla, it's Tesla takedown.
Tesla takedown. Yeah, there's a website called teslatakedown.com, which is a website you can go to, get some background on the campaign. And it essentially is a map where anybody in the world can put an action up for targeting Tesla. And so I've been involved in that campaign, and in particular, planning actions in the Seattle area targeting Tesla.
In Tesla takedown, there's a spirit out there, which had already, as we saw with Luigi Mangione, there's a spirit which is very anti-corporate, very anti-billionaire, very anti-sort of elite. And Tesla takedown is also tapping into some of that spirit as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would say it's just what I've noticed being involved in organizing.
Are y'all hearing what they saying? Don't let the calmness fool you. He basically asked this man, hey, they trying to do what Luigi, they on the same timeline as Luigi with the billionaire. That's what y'all on? Y'all trying to accomplish that?
What I've noticed being involved in organizing in the Seattle area for some time, especially after the election and the inauguration, people were like, what do we do? We don't want to just waste our energy protesting for the sake of protesting. And especially in Seattle, and I would say on the West Coast, I'm sure it's true of many places, we're really far from the center of power in government. And I think as it became clear that Elon Musk was taking on this outsized role at the federal level, totally, I would say, criminal role nationally, we're like, oh, wait, like we can target Elon here because his company, the source of the majority of his wealth, has numerous locations in the Seattle area, and ultimately money talks. And we've planned, whether it was troublemakers or partners that we've been working with over the last few weeks, have planned multiple actions at Tesla.
Seriously, what's up with these people? Bev Harris added, so her personal bread and butter is threatened by DOGE, causing her to show her true priorities. These people are parasites. It's incredible, man. So, Kane Koa, the great, added, yes, incredible. Over the past decade, her entire social media presence and professional background have revolved around collaborating with left-wing NGOs and nonprofits focused on fighting fossil fuel companies to address climate change. Oh, that told me everything I needed to know. Right there. Everything. But this is brilliant hypocrisy, right? She attacks Tesla while supporting corrupt NGOs that milk government grants. USA, man, got them all up. They just flipped all any which kind of way about this. All because your corruption is about to be exposed. Just be a decent human being, and I promise you wouldn't have to worry about stuff like this. This is what I'm going to teach my kids. Look, work for it. If it ever got down to it and you felt like you was finna steal it, I'm not trying to give you no out. But come talk to me. Let's come up and develop a plan together for you to be able to achieve this goal before you walk down this path for whatever emotional reason. Nah, man. I don't condone this behavior, not even a little bit. Y'all be safe. Go check out somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. I'm gonna get ready to go cook me and my youngin' something to eat real quick. And then I'll be back a little bit later. See what hops on the timeline in a few hours, and we'll dive into. Other than that, yo, as a matter of fact, what's a great way? I obviously have my patrons, and they send me links and suggestions. But right now, we're doing a lot of the suggestions. I'm taking a lot of suggestions from Patreon to put on Patreon. So I guess I would encourage y'all to, and the links on here will get blocked. Hey man, just find me on Twitter, on X, or Instagram, or Rumble maybe, and just hit me with some links that y'all are trying to get me to check out. I would really enjoy it if y'all tag me on X and any like ongoing stories or news stories that y'all want me to cover. It also helps bring me up to speed with what's going on, because a lot of times I'll wake up the next day like, I didn't even know that was happening. Yeah. Did I already do my outro? I did.